The Lord be with you.
And your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus said to his disciples, I tell you, unless your righteousness surpasses that of the scribes and Pharisees, you will not enter into the kingdom of heaven. You have heard that it was said to your ancestors, you shall not kill, and whoever kills will be liable to judgment. But I say to you, whoever is angry with his brother will be liable to judgment. And whoever says to his brother, Raka, will be answerable to the Sanhedrin. And whoever says, you fool, will be liable to fiery Gehenna. Therefore, if you bring your gift to the altar, and there recall that your brother has anything against you, leave your gift there at the altar. Go first and be reconciled with your brother, and then come and offer your gift. Settle with your opponent quickly while on the way to court with him. Otherwise, your opponent will hand you over to the judge, and the judge will hand you over to the guard, and you will be thrown into prison. Amen, I say to you, you will not be released until you have paid the last penny. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
My dear brothers and sisters, the kingdom of heaven will be a place of perfect justice and of supreme peace. In the kingdom of heaven will be no room for anger, no place for hatred or unforgiveness. This is why our righteousness, or in other words, our virtue, must be greater than that of the scribes and the Pharisees. So, the Pharisees and the scribes, they follow the law, just follow the law in the Jewish family. But we, as a follower of Jesus, we have to follow Christ's way in a new law of love. That is, this law is inscribed not just in the book, but inscribed in our heart and assessed by our consciences. This is what St. Paul told us in his letter to Romans chapter 2, verse 15. This new law goes beyond the letter of the law. Why? Because love requires something more than just following the rule. It requires conversion of heart. So, not just simply follow the law. Maybe people say, law is law. But the law of love is more than that. Not just simply following what is written there. Sometimes maybe people will say, you break the law. Like when Jesus bring his disciple to eat during Sabbath day. People say, you break the law. But Jesus saved the life. This is law of love that's beyond what the written. So, the law of love, something that will heal us, something heal our wound of heart. So, Jesus was talking about real human circumstances in today's gospel, about anger and unforgiveness. Who have no anger? All of us have anger in our life. And we also battle with forgiveness. How to forgive others. We battle this one. So, anger is one of the 7 deadly sins. We often become angry and loss of control when we feel powerless to change an injustice. We seek to control a situation or a person respond and cannot, causing us to lash out uncontrolled. Sometimes we try to quash our lashing out, but we only explode. Repression is not the answer to reducing anger. So not just repress our anger, because later will explode anyway. Instead, we are wise to look interiorly, to look for any root cause our anger. What is cause our anger? We try to find it. Maybe because of childhood trauma or deeply personal wound can result in chronic anger. Every one of us have this one. And sometimes we just forget it. But be a time bomb. Sometimes we can explode. So it can be helped to speak to the trusted person, maybe in confession or in consultation, just like to pour out this anger, something that causes us to anger, like to pour out the dirty things. So after that, we have no more the root of anger. So proactively, we can strive to grow in the virtue of temperance, specifically meekness and self-control. And we can trust Jesus that He will bless all of our effort. So when we try our best to make our heart cleaner from the dirty things, slowly we can have this meekness and self-control. And Jesus really will bless us. Amen.